Get ready with me while we talk about the finale or in general the summer I turned pretty. Oh my god, I've never ever been frustrated with any other show uh, the much I am with this show. I mean, I don't know why somebody has to show like two brothers destroying their family but fighting over the same girl. I mean, the concept in itself is so like bizarre, but the fact that everybody, including myself, is is watching that show is like, I mean, it's so weird. Why would people be so interested in watching that show? Maybe because nobody knew that it will like go on for so long, like this whole concept. And also, I believe that it is Susanna's fault as well because obviously, why would you like ingrain that idea that one of the boys will have to, marry or be in love with the Belly? In fact, in Belly's head, she's like created she wanted to create a version of herself, which is like not healthy, I believe, but still like Belly, like a character or a director should understand that uh, destroying somebody's family, like they both were there, the brothers for each other, but constantly you're showing that first one is after the other, then second is after Belly. I mean, what the hell is going on? Why would you show something like that? I mean, aren't there any other men, women in the world that they're just constantly obsessed with each other? And I mean, Belly, like, just after a month she dated Conrad, she was literally begging Jeremiah to be with him. I mean, that was really insane. Like, she says that she was in love with Conrad since childhood, but she cannot let Jeremiah go. Why would, if you know that you're in love with one brother, why would you even, you know, want to indulge yourself in the other one? So, like, for me, it will be like if you do that, you won't even have the chance to be with the other brother ever. But because she, I guess, knew that both the brothers are like, she can have them, she was like, okay, let's switch between the brothers and I can get my way around, with both of them. So why not? I understand that both the brothers were good looking and everything, but still, I mean, it sounds creepy, like just going after one or the other. And the ending. Oh my god, seriously, at that point, I wasn't even interested in Belly or Conrad, Bonrad, whatever. I don't know how people are all over the internet saying that if Belly and Conrad won't be together, then we would be, that won't be the ideal ending and stuff. They're rooting for Bonrad and stuff like that. I mean, why? I was rooting for them to fall in love with somebody else, like both Conrad and Jeremiah. And Belly maybe to have her own ending wherein she also falls in love with somebody else or living her life or whatever. I think that would be a better ending for me. But honestly, in the last episode, I was not at all interested in seeing what Belly is doing or what Conrad is doing. I mean, I was just interested in the other characters because I mean, I guess this is the first show wherein I completely didn't want to see the main characters. And honestly, like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I was not even concerned or I didn't care about what Belly or Conrad are doing or what Belly is doing in Paris. I was just concerned about Steven and Rain, like Steven and oh my god, how can I forget her name? Steven and Taylor. And I was also interested about Jeremiah and Denise. I mean, those were the two characters in whom I was literally interested in, like four characters basically, and what they are doing rather than what Billy is doing with Conrad. I mean, that was so fucked up shit that it like went on for so long that honestly, as I believe as audience, you stop caring. Like, you're just waiting and waiting to see what happens between them or how it ends and stuff like that. But it's been like going on so long that you lose interest, at the end. And you're like, go to hell, like do whatever. I'm not even concerned about you. You're not even like, I don't even consider you main characters at this point of time. I mean, Taylor and Steven's stories is so cute. I think they should be the main lead of the show because it is actually filmy and it is actually like what audience wants to see. I guess what I want to see. I can speak for myself, yeah, but what I would like to see. But man, oh my god. And I like it's not just me because I've seen so many people talking about it as well. So I know it's just not me who says that Belly is fucked up and she needs to decide what she really wants. And this is so irritating, and both the brothers are like, breaking their family and just falling in love or just destroying it all over for Belly. I mean, they went to college, they did so many things in life. But I mean, they're so obsessed with Belly. Like, can that really happen? I mean, I don't think so. In reality, that can really happen because, first of all, after going so much back and forth, you really believe that this thing is actually toxic and you don't want to indulge yourself in this. But somehow that was not happening in this show. I mean, that show really disappointed me because, like, I'm happy because I watched like Taylor and Steven and Jeremiah and Denise at the end, that too at the end, just at the end. But I mean, the summer I turned pretty, the summer I turned into, I don't know, playing with the boys' feelings, or the summer I mean, Susanna's funeral also, how, like, she also was so much obsessed, not obsessed, but yeah, she also was so much close to Susanna. But how can she make that funeral all about herself? Like, her mom was absolutely right. She completely spoiled Susanna's funeral. And how can you do that? How can you make that about you and Conrad, no matter how much you're in love with? But at least respect that setting, right? I mean, you can do that later. You can fight with him later. You can just create the drama separately, but it was his mom as well, so that was like a big deal for him. Some of the things like were really insane. We're disgusted, like we were actually disgusted when you see those things. So it was like, because of some of those things, it's like I couldn't like that show. I mean, how can you like something which has so many disgusting? It's like, why did this happen? It shouldn't have happened. And I'm all in for like people having fun in their 20s and figuring out what they want and like being a bitch or whatever, hooking up around, whatever. Like, it's fine, I think. Even I'm not like complete like against it or something, or I'm not like saying something bad about it, but it was the concept of dwindling or swindling around both the brothers. That was the annoying part. I mean, I understand you have fun in your 20s, you explore, you see the guys, and you like see what's good for you, and you're not able to understand stuff. I understand all of it. But how can you do that to somebody who's like, like your family? I don't expect somebody to do that with their own family, for sure. And that too, like with people who are like brothers. That was the disgusting part. How can you just sleep around, like keep on switching? Like first she kissed Jeremiah, then she was with Conrad while she was with Jeremiah, then she broke up with Jeremiah and she was with Conrad. Then just after a month of breaking up with Conrad, she was again with Jeremiah and actually begging him to kiss her. That would he ever give her a chance? And then they broke up, and then again she was with Conrad. I mean, this is so disgusting. It's so fucked up. I mean, I would never be able to understand that. I mean, if there is somebody who can make me understand this concept, like, please do. But No. For me, this is like completely insane. That's why I say that I regretted watching that show. For sure, I was hooked because I wanted to see the ending. And I think sometimes you're hooked to a show because you're waiting constantly for something better to happen because you're constantly annoyed with what is happening. So I think a part of me just didn't want to leave that show because I was seeing what all fucked up bad things are happening, but I wanted something good out of it. But no, a lot of people I think will be satisfied with the ending. That, oh, Belly found her love, childhood love, every birthday she used to wish for him, blah blah blah. But for me, it was like, oh, disgusting, man, disgusting. Like I was literally constantly disgusted, and that ending, other than the fact that everybody else was at cousins and not them, that was the only good thing I liked in that show. That finally, like, all these people are without the toxic couple who cannot decide anything for themselves and are constantly playing with other people's feelings rather than them being in Paris. I mean, I wanted to forward every moment wherein, it was being shown that they are in Paris, and she's like, this is my favorite place. I used to come here when, I used to feel alone. Your letters were the only thing which kept on going. Blah blah blah. I mean, so stupid, and so that was sounding like so fake. Plus, like, she was not even answering to him, she was not replying to him, she was like constantly after Jeremiah texting him and stuff. That was just the guilt for sure. But saying that only like her letters kept her going and she used to consider herself the villain, I mean, she was the villain. Not what people say that she wasn't and she was confused and blah blah blah. But for me, she was the villain, and she will be like, that character, that character is fucked up, and somehow I feel that they should have done a better job with the characters. I mean, you could have stopped playing with both the brothers and like kept Jeremiah out of the picture. Maybe could have gotten some other guy with whom she was obsessed with, but leave the brothers out of it. Yeah, I mean, don't just that was so annoying. I mean, it should have been, I swear, not the summer I turned pretty, but the summer I came in between both the brothers. So yeah, I wanted to rant because I was so annoyed with the show, and I've been thinking to like talk about it and bitch about it with somebody because when you're constantly annoyed, you want to get it out, right? So I was completely annoyed, but like, yeah, I thought I'll do a get ready with me and just talk about it so that I can get it out of my system. If many of you don't relate with me, I completely understand, but this is just my take. So yep, and also this is my final look. So it's just like I'm going to often. This is a really simple makeup look which I've done. So nothing much, but yeah, it was just to rant about the summer I turned pretty. That's it.